of the most difficult tracks we will have seen in a couple years. This track is really, really steep. It's a fresh, brand new cut track, so lots of climbing, lots of surfing on the descent. So come along and I'll take you for a ride on the track. So right off the start line we have a 200-meter start loop down and around to the start line and then back up. This is going to be really difficult if you do have a not so lucky start, because your pace is severely dictated by the riders in front of you. Now we start to see some mud, still climbing. This is really steep. It's probably the steepest section on the top. Sections here, on the outside and the inside. Some people are going to try to run, make up a few spots on the inside. It might actually be faster. Know your braking point. A lot of surfing, being flexible with the riders in front of you. Right, now we're back into the second feed zone here. Drink water, get in the habit of knowing where you drink. We're entering the start of the second moon climb. This is a bit longer one, but it does go all the way back up to the top. That's pretty steep. Well, not a spectacular. So this is a 9 switchback climb. This is a really fun track. We're coming back into the stadium, and as long as we're in the tape, it's whatever's the fastest line. All right, that was the lap on the brand new World Championship track here in Leogang, Austria. Lots of carnets on the way. Wish us luck, and we'll see you in the race.
It was unbelievable. It was like a hurricane. The mountain certainly changes fast.
Changing weather. Clouds coming in. That's what I said. The weather forecast: rain in the afternoon. So far, still dry. So the course it's perfect. But if the rain comes down, it's completely different.
Andrei Sink from the Czech Republic out onto the front row. Stefan Tempier, 34 years old now. Bronze medalist at last year's World Championships, and he's on form actually.
And also a course which suits him.
He does, but he's a good climber.
Yeah, he's a good climber.
Well, Milan Varda, if you were a betting man, he'd be a good outside bet. Actually, to push for that gold medal today, right, Bart?
Finished third in the first World Cup, second in the second one. So he's
right
in a good shape.
He's right there. Jordan Sarrou, the French national champion, and already a gold medal in the team relay this week for France. Sarrou going to be looking to be at the front. Well, Matthias Flukiger, silver medalist at last year's World Championships, actually took the bronze back here in 2012, just down the road in South Roden. Gerhard Kirschbaumer, the Italian. We haven't seen him at his best this year, but this man is a climber. He will go up these hills.
He's one of the best climbers. He showed that in Andorra, for example, World Cups like that.
Well, the winner of the last cross-country World Cup of 2020 a week ago in Novia Mesto na Moravia in the Czech Republic, Henrik Avancini. Wouldn't he love to follow that up and deliver a gold medal today for Brazil? But it won't be easy because everyone has to stop this man. The stats on him are astonishing. 8-time a UCI World Champion. Going for number 9 today, Nino Schurter. Perhaps not in the form of his life, Bart.
No, and also another course which Will his preference has. A lot of climbing.
Yeah.
And what you said, not in his form of his life, maybe after the pandemic from the whole summer.
Well, that's right. I mean, a very different lead up to this one this year. Vlad Daskulu there, Lars Forster, big names to watch out for as well. Colombo up from the under-23 category also. Anton Cooper on the third row. Manuel Fumic not starting today, actually. He's had a rough couple of weeks, a lot of surgeries as well leading into the season, so he's decided to sit this one out.
Lucas Flückiger, brother of Matthias, who is on the first row, starts.
Lucas Flückiger, who actually had a medal here as well in 2012 down the road in South
He's in good shape, actually.
Yeah, we saw that.
He loves to ride these conditions as well, on off his bike once in a while on this lap.
92 riders.
Sam Gaze, New Zealand.
35 nationalities.
Kukuchi actually from Brazil, he had the fastest lap last week in Novo Mesto in the beginning of the start lap. He was leading for a while before he had that flat tire or something went wrong with his bike. And he had to stop in the technical feed zone.
So the 2020 Men's Cross Country Olympic World Championship is almost upon us. If the rain starts falling, this will be a very, very different race, and it's underway then. Here we go.
One start lap and 6 laps. Wow, Avancini made a small mistake over there in the mud, so lost a lot of places.
Already Avancini then, he won't be happy with that. I'm gonna have to use some energy to get back to the front.
So now around 10, so moving forwards pretty quick, Avancini.
Avancini on the right of your picture there with the number 2 on the front of his bike. Milan Varda in the middle there in the orange.
Ushua from Mexico, 4th at the moment. Avancini outside, around 6th, 7th place right now.
What will the riders do, Bart, with tyres? Like, we do expect rain. It's forecast, the skies are grey. Do they start with...
They should have chosen already muddy tyres.
Fairly aggressive tyre.
It's still wet enough, slippery enough for that decision, and that's what they have made yesterday already. Tubeless tyres, so they need to have a bit of preparation as well. So it's difficult to change them at the latest moment. Then it's better to change complete wheels with tyres on it already.
Crod leads at the moment, then the Frenchman. Huge field of riders filtering around this start loop.
So Avancini around 7th, 8th place with Simon Andreas behind him from Denmark.
Andreasen, a winner in Novia Mesto at one of the 2 World Cups we saw there last week.
Tito Akarot from France.
And but interesting that, you know, most of the women used hardtail mountain bikes in their category, in their race earlier. Most of the men, I hear, are on full suspension. It certainly looks like it there.
As long as it's dry, then I would suggest also riding full suspension bike. These men are a bit stronger than the women are, so it's easier for them to carry on that extra weight on the climbs. But still, I mean, it's a climber's course, and I expected to see some riders as well on a hardtail bike. And I heard, like, Nino, I haven't seen him, which bike he is, but I thought he should be on a hardtail bike. He's around 8th position. Behind, yes, Anton Cooper on 6th place. Vlad Daskulu, also a good start of him. He's 7th in front of Nino Schurter. So Nino, not a good start so far.
Varda, he's an incredible talent, Bart, and he's incredibly mature. There, Anton Cooper goes
Here
through.
Here is Nino Schurter. He's on a hardtail bike.
The number 1 plate. The number 2, Henrik Avancini on his wheel.
Simon Andreasen behind him from Denmark.
So 3 of the big names, actually, from those World Cups a week ago.
From Russia.
Yeah.
Behind Simon Andreasen. And there we see the start again, and we see also Avancini in the green. He made a mistake. He hit somebody with his handlebar, lost a lot of places. But it didn't take him that long to get back to the front. But Milan Varda, a good start from him. The Mexican Uchua is there as well, who won the first short track in Novo Mesto.
Yeah, incredible.
But Milan Varda in the lead.
Looks good, doesn't he, Bart?
Tito Akarot behind him. Yeah, Milan Varda looks really good. Finished 2nd last week in that sprint finish with Avancini, Schurter.
Right in there with the biggest names in the sport, Milan Varda already.
Jordan Sarrou from France, the numbers 2 and 3. Here was another French rider, Goretzky.
Ochoa in there as well, not too far back.
The Mexican.
The Mexican rider, yeah, like Bart said, phenomenal win at the first short track in Novia Mesto. He actually crashed out in the cross-country Olympic race and hurt his knee, so it looks like that's looking good though. Look, he might be over that injury now.
But there's a small gap between Saru and Koretsky, who is fourth. Here's Koretsky coming with the number 9 on his bike.
And Koretsky, we know he's on phenomenal form as well in 2020. Watch that man today. And he has got the skills for this track, no question. One of the best descenders out there. Ochoa going by him as well.
But so far, Nino Schurter doesn't show his strength.
No, you're right. And that's interesting, Bart, because at Novia Mesto, in the first cross-country race we had there, it was in the early laps that Schurter suffered. And we saw him have a phenomenal ride back through, but he himself said the pace was so high in those early laps. And it will be here.
And that's here again.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's how it is. Milan Vader, small gap. It's Tito Carrot, who's second from France.
Oh.
And there's Koretsky. Ochoa behind him. Cooper. That's Luca Braido. It's Vladasculu. A strong start of Vladasculu, the winner from the World Championships under 23 last year.
That's right.
In Canada. There he is, the number 14 on his bike. He quit the cross-country race, the first one, when he had a crash as well.
Yeah, he did, and he was right near the front then as well.
Same with Ochoa from Mexico. He had to quit that race as well after a crash.
So, Vader, 24 years old, from the flatlands of the Netherlands.
Actually, he's living below sea level.
Which is even more impressive. Or is that an advantage, Bart? Probably not. Not in this game.
No. He loves the sea. He loves to smell the sea as well.
Yeah.
And once in a while, he's doing a lot of kilometers besides the ocean.
Is that right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. So a lot of headwind where he lives. So he's getting strong of that.
Training the Dutch way.
Yeah.
But he's
and now in the lead.
Well, he's looking phenomenal here.
Impressive what he shows right now.
Look at this.
We've seen with Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, who won the women elite category. She was leading from start till finish.
And again, you know, that's just the start. Remember, they haven't even done a lap yet. They have not done. They've only gone out into the first lap proper now. And look at the gaps, Bart.
The speed is high. Only 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
Carrot goes across second. Look at that. 3 French there. Saru.
Small gaps between the riders.
From Koretsky.
A little bit time over here to have a drink. And Nino Schurter, not a good start at all. Simon Andreasen behind him.
Ochoa. Cooper, Brado.
And then it's Nino Schurter, 9th place. Here he is, Nino Schurter, defending world champion.
The 8th time world champion. Interesting that Simon Andreasen looking like he's happy just to sit on his wheel. Haven't seen he's gone back a little bit, Bart, I believe.
Sebastian Finney,
oh, no, excuse
17.
Me,
Hatterley, who had a good race last week as well, 19. Schurter over the big rocks, the slippery rocks.
And there's Avancini right there, excuse me. So Avancini right where he needs to be as well.
There's Avancini. Behind Simon Andreasen with Nino Schurter in front of him.
If Schurter can stay there, Bart, somewhere near the front, I get the feeling that he's going to get better as the race goes on.
Yeah, that's what he showed last week as well on the first cross-country race. And here was a small mistake of Nino Schurter, there we see, where he lost a lot of places in that start lap.
So both him and Henrique Avancini having little problems. I've just seen him a bit further back. Avancini looked like he was going forwards there as the pictures cut.
But it's the Dutch rider Milan Vader who's leading with a small gap.
And looking very comfortable out there at the moment.
And Saru behind him.
And rain is expected, and that will, I'm going to say, turn this race on its head if it happens. It'll be a very, very different race once the rain starts coming down.
Yeah. Not only that the course will change, but also very dangerous, I would say, for a technical problem. You've seen a lot of drop chains in the earlier categories, like Thursday races
when the
juniors.
Mud just lifts it off the chain ring. There's not much you can do about it.
So now Jordan Saru on a mission to close the gap to Milan Vader in the first full lap. 6 full laps they have to ride.
So the French giving chase. And you can see the wind there. There's a big storm coming in.
There's even headwind here on this steep climb. Leaves are falling. It's autumn. It's Milan Vader who's leading. He's not waiting for anybody, not for Nino Schurter, who normally is dominating the races. Yes, there's a lot of wind, a strong wind blowing to the valley.
Definitely a wind of change in the air as well. The youngsters really showed us in Novia Mesto what they're capable of, and they are again today.
There was Avancini already moving forwards in front of Nino Schurter.
How can Avancini, how will he deal with these downhills today? Do you expect him to do well? Because right now in Brazil, it's 36 degrees, it's dry, it's dusty. It's a little bit different to what he's being faced with here.
It is, but he's already for a long time in Europe and has been training a lot also in Nova Mesto on the course. I think he's pretty used. I think he's able to ride in any conditions. But, I mean, this is a climber's course. Here you have to be very light. I think Avancini is very powerful. I don't know if he likes to ride these long climbs. And Milan Vader now, he's a serious gap already.
Yes,
he has on Jordan Sarou. And you can see here as well, the men are pretty powerful, strong enough to ride these sections, which are very steep. The women's had more problems to ride this part of the course. No problems for these. Milan Vader.
We haven't really seen the hard descents yet either. They're coming. Oh, look at it.
The
Well,
clouds.
it will be a miracle if it doesn't rain on this race, I would say.
13 seconds. Sarou, second place. Tito Acarot a bit further down, 21 already. There comes Avancini. A little bit help with his hand against the tree. A little push. 29, fourth place. Jordan Sarou, the first descent, the first technical descent of the full lap. Just a short one. Afterwards, it continues with a zigzag climb on a ski slope.
So, Joa still inside the top 10. Schurter just hanging in there as well. Andreasen, Vladaskulu, 10 PA.
Sebastian Finney, 14th place. Good start of him as well. The Danish rider, a good friend of Simon Andreasen. Maxime Roth, 15. Anton Cooper, 16. Dropping back a little bit. Sinthor from Russia. Filippo Colombo, Switzerland, 22 at the moment.
Lars Forster a long way back, but 26 for him.
Yeah, he doesn't have such a good season so far. We expected so much more of him.
Yeah, we did actually.
He won with Nino Schurter the Swiss Epic 5-day stage race earlier this year, but not performing so well in the World Cups last week.
No, a little bit surprising that actually.
But there's a fair gap already between Jordan Sarou and Milan Vader. Avancini, fourth place, with Koretsky behind him. Luca Braido behind him with the number 12
Vader,
on his bike.
Is looking very good at the front at the moment.
Here is Jordan Sarou. Tried to close the gap to the leader. Is he able to do that?
French national champion.
Riding for the Absolute Epsilon team. The French team, not the same as Milan Vader is. Milan Vader and Koretsky, they are teammates. I'm wondering actually if they play some
They could, eh?
commercial teams against national teams in a race like this.
It's possible. Flying down this. Well, that's one of the parts of the track that's going to be really affected if the rain does come down. Looking quite nice and tacky at the moment, dare I say. Near perfect conditions, I'm going to say right now,
But for how long it will take.
That's right. The rain will chop this up, but it's nice to see these men flying around this track at the moment.
Tito Acarot coming down. He's in third place.
Avancini.
With Luca Braido behind him.
Lap 1 of 6 here. Just joined us on Red Bull TV, the 2020 UCI Mountain Bike Cross Country World Championship race for the men is on. Early stages. Milan Varda leading at the moment.
Koretsky, Avancini, Luca Braido. So France, Brazil, Italy.
Oh,
It's time for Avancini now to move up.
look at it. So much power in those legs of the Brazilian.
Especially if it comes down to these punchy sections on a climb.
No
See
one
the wind.
The wind is serious out there now. No rain, no yet.
A little bit of tailwind over here. This part of the course for the riders. You can see them if we are looking out of the window. In front of us, Jordan Su almost back to Milan Varda. But still a bit to go for Jordan Saru to close that gap. Milan Varda's not waiting for him.
No, Saru is going with him though, Bart.
Yeah,
It's interesting
looks like
to see that.
Yeah, looks like that. Even it looks like that Milan Varda is not used to dominate a race. No, I mean, maybe he's waiting for some assistance to have somebody around him. Maybe they can work together a little bit. And then when it comes down to the last laps, he can try and attack and open the gap again. But he seems to be strong in the climbs, as Jordan Saru is as well.
And Saru, you know, French national champion this year. That's a big, big title.
Yeah, especially for France. A strong nation.
That's right.
They won team relay Wednesday. And here another French rider, very technical, strong rider from France. Tito Carotte. Avancini, fourth now, 24 seconds. Not that much.
And Schertebart a little bit further back than we would have expected, I think it's fair to say.
Here's Matthias Flückiger. He's riding with a black body, actually, instead of that Swiss Gems jersey.
Yeah.
Look at his jersey.
We'll have a look.
I mean, this is Nino Schurter, that's the Swiss kit. Here was
yeah.
Sebastian Finney.
Andreasen in there as well on the number 26.
Sebastian Finney, 9th place now. Andreas
Joa in the green shorts at the back of that. So Joa showing everyone that he can do it over the longer distance anyway. On these big climbs, no problem for the Mexican.
So Milan Varda and Jordan Saru, the numbers 1 and 2 in the race. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, he's done well to get back on the wheel of Varda.
But also the chasing group with Avancini, they are not that far behind these.
No, they're not.
A few hairpins further down.
And it's Avancini leading the chase now to try and get across that gap.
This is number 3. So Tito Carotte on 4th place behind Avancini. And now Jordan Saru is leading. Milan Varda 2nd place.
Saru putting the herd on Varda now.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Saru not scared to go early in this race.
He must feeling strong.
Yeah, it has to be. 27 years old. Twice third in World Cups. Had a 6th place at the 2nd World Cup race in Novia Mesto last week.
But as it looks like right now for me, it's a different race than what we have seen in the last few years.
Yes.
Jordan Saru, Milan Varda,
That's right.
Avancini, Tito Carotte,
Different
Koretsky,
names.
different names.
Yeah.
Nino is still in the top 10, but a bit further down.
Can he ride back into this race though? His performance in Cross Country World Cup 1 in Novia Mesto was, I mean, it was spectacular, Bart. He was, what, 30, 40 seconds back, but he didn't let that gap get any bigger once he settled. He knew it, and he knew it. And
He finished 4th,
That's
which
right.
was still good, but...
you know, and he was in the leading group at the end of the 2nd World Cup.
Yes,
It was a sprint finish that caught him out. So the form is there, but it's not the dominance that we have seen from Scherter in the past.
we knew as well, Nova Mesto, it's Nino's house. That's where he performs always his best. And that's not on this course, I think.
Avancini on these alien wet tree roots.
A bit struggling here in the mud, I would
Riding
say.
clean, kept his feet up. But yeah.
I mean, here is Matthias Flückiger in a black rain jacket.
Yes, he's got a body warmer on.
body
Now I see
warmer,
what I didn't quite understand what you meant, Bart, actually. Well, he knows what's coming, perhaps.
Yeah, hard to recognize that he's from Switzerland at the moment because he's completely in black.
Yeah. I didn't
I
understand.
think it's a body warmer because it's windy, it's cold.
And he knows what's coming.
Probably, he's from the mountains, so...
You don't want to stop and put a coat on midway through this if the rain's open, because, you know, and also the temperature has dropped phenomenally.
Phenomenally, yeah. Actually, it's even cold in here.
Yeah. I'm all right, I'm sat by the heater.
Yeah, you have a jacket, huh? Back to the race. Jordan Sarun, a small gap to Milan Vara, just a few seconds in between these two. Can he come back? He has to come back. And probably he will. That climb which follows after this start-finish straight.
Lap 1 is
something
finished
what
then.
shoots him.
On to lap 2 they go.
A gel for Milan Vara.
And you, Bart, you would be the last Dutch world champion, right?
The only one.
The only one, excuse me, of course, sorry, but back in 1995.
I only won it once, 1995.
That'll do. One world championship's good enough.
If you win it, you think you will do it again the next year, but it's not that simple as it is.
Oh, is it really?
So much respect for Nino. I mean, 8 times world champion.
Well, that's right. I mean,
that's incredible.
When you look at it from your point of view, I mean, like, you were a phenomenal athlete, you were Olympic champion as well, but you couldn't do it twice, let alone 8 times.
Finished a few times on the podium, but it's not the same. Even finishing second and third, that doesn't mean that much.
It's not the title,
it's not the jersey, it's not the rainbow stripe.
No, that's
different.
Right. And this is the only title on offer to these riders this year. There was no overall World Cup this year. So this is it, and we will see an all-out fight for gold.
So Sebastian Finney with Simon Andreasen.
Tempier, Marot, well, Marot over a minute back. Maxime Marot, though, don't count him out yet.
And here's Nino Schurter. The flat Tuscany behind him. The world champion elite from last year and the world champion under 23 from last year.
That's right, the Romanian there, right on Schurter's wheel.
Yeah, but Brandl from Germany, German champion he is.
Sink back in 16th. Full suspension bike for Jordan Sarun.
11 seconds, 10 seconds between Sarun and Vara.
Well, that's a fair gap opening up. Daskaloo.
Similar, that gap on the climb.
So there they are, the 2 world champions, if you like, from 2019. Schurter taking the gold in Mont-Saint-Anne for elite. Vlad Daskaloo, the Romanian, the under-23 gold medal. Oh, who's that?
Yeah, it's Sebastian Finney.
Snap chain.
Snap chain.
Yep. Well, that's unfortunate. This is a race that only comes round once a year. Shame to be taken out of it with a mechanical problem, but, you know, Bart, we're going to see it, aren't we? Especially if the rain comes down. It will turn into a war of attrition out there, we think.
But I think it didn't happen on Russ Place, actually, because he was already in the tech zone.
Yeah,
so a good moment to change that, and it doesn't take that long normally. And he was good on a good mission. I mean, top 10 for him. With Simon Andreasen, his teammates. Nino Schurter, Vlad Daskaloo.
Hardtail for Nino today. Rarely you see the defending world champion on a hardtail bike.
Maximilian Brandl, also hardtail bike, squad bike for him as well. Andre Sink,
Look at
the
Sink
Czech
climbing.
Republic. Yeah, he's a good climber, we know that.
On the number 8, yeah.
Avancini. Hier komt Matthias Flückiger in that black rain jacket, wind jacket.
Yeah. You might know what's coming. But Schurter at the moment, but not looking
good at all, not good enough.
Going back a little bit now as well on this steeper part of that climb as well.
Yep.
It's hard to say it almost when it's Nino, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Since we had one world championship back in 2009, his first elite. Second was here in South Raiden, just over the mountain in 2012. He's only lost one since.
Sebastian Finney is back on his bike with the number 30.
Good.
That technical problem he had.
Back into it. Yeah, Schurter. Well, the body language to me doesn't look great.
No, he hurt himself so far.
But it's been it must be incredibly difficult for these riders. Like with the lockdown period, with the Olympics being postponed, with the World Championships. This race was supposed to happen in June. It must be so hard as an athlete to refocus and get going again, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
and time it right for a 2-week window.
Right. Yeah,
2
timing
weeks
right.
you've got.
And I mean, training is something different than competing in races. I think the best training is always doing races, and then you know which form you have. You go much deeper. Of course, you don't have to do it too much, but still.
But also, you know if you're behind that you need to put more work in, right?
Yeah.
During this 2 weeks, obviously there's no opportunity for that.
There's no time for that.
Avancini goes through in third. 40 seconds, nearly back. Flückiger.
Matthias Flückiger, but he will close that gap pretty quickly after the descent. In the descent.
Bit of rain on the commentary box window now, just a sprinkling, but
that's how it starts.
That's how it starts. That's right.
So 1.5 hour race, I expect.
Yeah, 23 minutes past. So 46 seconds back. Brado in 6th there.
Jordan Sarrou, he's in the lead. Off his bike, running these hairpins, these muddy sections.
Looking good at the moment, Jordan Sarrou. Definitely.
A left-hander he is. Walking on the right side of his bike. Milan Vader walking on the left side.
No elite medals for Jordan Sarrou yet. Took the silver back in 2014 as an under-23 rider.
Lars Forster on 19.
Across the ski piste they go. Look at Sarrou. Fighting it on these descents. Riding so well. And a full suspension bike will be better on these downhills.
Yeah, that's for sure it is.
You can see it.
Yeah,
you can see it.
Yes, Matthias Flückiger also, he has to run these sections.
So Flückiger looking like it's gone by. Henry Cavancini into the bronze medal position then.
Yeah, he is already. He didn't have such a good start, but certainly now he's moving.
It looks like he's riding himself into it, yeah.
Yep.
It's getting darker out there, Bart. It's definitely getting darker.
So this maybe the smartest of all with that wind jacket.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Matthias Flückiger.
It might pay off yet. And he will not be scared on these downhills.
Not at all. You see how fast he is. Difficult for Avancini to follow him.
Yes. Looking good, going to put some time into most others on these downhills, you'd have to think today. Avancini not doing bad at all though, Bart.
4th place. Especially in these conditions, I would say not the same as the Brazilian.
No, must be very cold for him actually.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
But the one thing we know about Henry Cavancini is he is a fighter.
Yeah, and if the rain comes down, it will change the course pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Look at him go. Look at Matthias Flückiger on these downhills, all out for the Swissman.
And see how much faster he is than these are.
Yeah, some time almost for free on the downhills for him.
Like a 5-6 seconds, I guess.
Yeah, it's unreal.
And Avancini it's good descender too.
Yes, he is. And that's why a section of the track like that there, what you're looking at, is why we keep talking about the rain coming, because we've seen races earlier in the week here, and that particular part of the track, it could turn into basically a slip and slide, yeah. An ice rink, yeah, exactly. Well, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot after the team relay put #holiday on ice, which sort of sums things up perfectly.
Yeah, actually it has been raining like I thought Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, and from then on it became a bit drier, but team relay on Wednesday it was a very slippery course still on that moment. And see how there's Nino Schurter now coming into that descent under the bridge.
Doesn't look like it's his day, Bart. Don't ride him off yet.
There he is, Nino Schurter.
And he will ride himself into this if it's anything like what happened in Novie Mesto.
It's Jan Vastel from the Czech Republic in front of him.
Kirschbaumer behind him it was. Sarrou leads, there he is. Still on lap number 2 of 5-lap race here in Leergang.
But he's opening the gap to Milan Vader.
He is, he's ridden away from him.
After that fast start of Milan.
Can Vader recover, Bart, during this race?
23 seconds back.
Big gap, you'd have to say.
Yep. Nino now leading this group with Jan Vastel, Gerard Kersbaumer, and Lucas Flückiger. I think it's Filippo Colombo. I think it's Filippo Colombo.
Another under 23 rider that's moved up.
Yep.
And is letting everyone know in the elite ranks what he can do. Flückiger goes through in third, 44 seconds back. Avancini there, 3 seconds off the last medal. Carod, Prado. Here comes Stefan Tempier, you can't miss him. And that unique riding style of his. Another Frenchman behind him, Maxime Marot.
Yeah, with Koretsky behind him, 3 French riders together.
It shows the pace and the harshness of this track, Bart, the way these riders are spreading out like this, doesn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. Already after, less than 2 laps done so far.
Andre Sink coming towards us on the number 8 now. Used to long climbs, the man's ridden a Tour de France.
Yeah, Maximilian Brandl. Here, the German rider.
Vladasculo, Colombo, Andreasen.
And Nina Schurter now taking that inside line instead of Simon Andreasen, who's now with him, behind him. The winner of the first World Cup from this season.
Oh. Well, Vladasculo fine to go with them.
Here comes Nino Schurter.
Chasing Philippe Colombo. And actually, Colombo saying that he wouldn't be the racer he was unless he'd come up through the ranks with Vladasculo. He said he made him such a better rider competing with him. Those two absolutely dominated the under-23 World Cup campaign last year. Saru, a little bit wider than he might have liked there. No problems.
So in that very steep technical descent, which bring him to the finish line again. This little part in the forest, it's very steep, it's very slippery, it's muddy. From here on, it's more flowy. Not too difficult anymore, but a lot of turns, fast turns, berms everywhere. Milan Vader, second place, 20 seconds behind Saru.
Beautifully ridden down there.
Yeah, no problems for him.
Really nice.
For the Dutch guy.
Where does he go to train on mountains, Bart?
He has done altitude training, Livigno as well, so once in a while going abroad the country.
Needs a bit of elevation change in this with this mountain biking as his career, I suppose.
Matthias Flückiger over there with Avancini.
These laps are flying by, Bart.
They do.
They really do. The pace of these men, as ever.
Fast lap times for these riders. Avancini in fourth. Maxime Marot.
Well, teammates with Henrique Avancini, of course, on the Cannondale team.
Yeah, the domination of France, I would say, in the lead.
Yeah.
Another few in the top 10.
And they've had a good week. Team relay.
Yeah.
Under 23 women. Elite women. Yeah, they're not going too bad.
What about downhill?
We're going to find out tomorrow, but of course, join us tomorrow on Red Bull TV for the Downhill World Championships. And it is 2 French world champions from last year that will be defending, Myriam Nicole, Loic Bruni, and we do expect rather tricky conditions for that race tomorrow. It will definitely be worth a watch, a spectacle. World Championships always is. Schurter.
Yeah, now it's raining a little bit.
Yes,
but
it's coming.
It's not affecting the course that much so far, I would say.
Not
just
yet,
a little
no.
bit.
That's right, just a sprinkling so far.
It's still an hour race, so yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed that it will stay like this.
Yeah, it'd be nice for it to stay like this. This is the best condition this track's been in all week. But it's Saru out front, and he's looking really powerful today. Second place Varda there in the orange, trying to go with him, 25 seconds back. Flückiger goes across the line in third, complete with body warmer. But it's not nice to ride when you're cold,
no,
right?
Actually, no, it's not nice
Horrible.
to ride when it's cold, but even with a body warmer, I would say it's not nice to ride with that as well. I mean, yeah, for breathing, it doesn't feel that comfortable for me, but maybe it's a special material of that, I don't know. And maybe he had some stomach problems last week.
Yes.
Maybe he's not completely recovered of that, and it's to prevent himself.
Yeah, could be, Bart. That's very true. Either that or he's got some foresight and knows that it's going to be pouring with rain and freezing cold by the end of this race.
So this is the chasing group for the bronze medal.
It's a big fight at the moment. Tempier, 7th place, a minute back for him.
Maximilian Brandl, 10th place. Vladascu.
Colombo. And then Nino Schurter.
It's hard to say, but I don't think he's going to continue that World Champs title this time.
It does look that way, Bart. I mean, you're right. And
it's a bit early in the race to say it like that, but...
well, you know, yeah, we sort of... after seeing him ride back...
But 2 minutes?
In Novia Mesto like he did, but that's a much bigger gap, isn't it now?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Than we saw there.
On a different course.
So the form not quite there for the Olympic champion, Nino Schurter. The form very much there for this man, though. Saru leading by 32 seconds. And it's a minute back then after Milan Varda to that chase group.
Yeah, with Avancini in that group as well. Here he is. Henrique Avancini from Brazil. He won the last cross-country World Cup in Nova Mesto.
Check out the replay on Red Bull TV of that second Novia Mesto race if you didn't see it. Phenomenal scenes as Avancini took his first ever cross-country Olympic win. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I've never felt emotion like that watching a win. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible, yeah. So the second French rider, Tito Ackerot over there, fighting for the bronze medal.
Look at Flückiger on this climb. He puts his whole body into it.
Yeah, he's a good climber too.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes down to technical skills, riding the descents fast in the mud in the slippery conditions. He's one of the best.
He is. He'll take more risk than most.
It looks like that.
I think it's for sure.
So, and a bit further down, we have another French rider, another 3 French riders with Tempier, Maxime Rod, and Koretsky. I think so, five French riders in the top 10.
Wow. And that's the gap from first to second. And you can see the chasers below. Varda still looking ever so strong.
Yeah, but there's a fair gap between Saru and him.
It is, you're right.
Fighting hard, just a foot out, slippery over there. A quick back look over his shoulder.
Clean down there, nicely ridden.
Yeah, no stress at all for Saru.
No.
Very composed.
He's in control on the bike and he's in control of this race at the moment. Incredible steep, the very last bit of that climb. Saw a lot of the women, especially in the latter stages of the race, getting off the bikes to deal with it.
Milan Varda taking that descent. Whoa, that's a crash.
Big one. Well, let's hope he hasn't damaged the bike. So easy to go down, losing some time there.
He does. Very slippery over there. Making mistakes so easily to do.
Wow. And what these pictures don't show you, actually, is just how steep it is. That's why you see these riders going over the bars on these descents.
It's very steep.
Very steep, very slippery. He's picked himself up, though.
Yeah, he didn't hurt himself that bad.
Already got a leg out to get off for this hairpin.
To run these sections.
Saru's going to have a quick look down there and see Varda even further back. That must feel good, Bart.
Yeah, especially if he can opening the gap, but he does right now. 40 seconds already. But that chasing group for the silver medal is coming back. With Matthias Flückiger, who is leading that group most of the time. Avancini a bit further down.
I wonder what's going through Jordan Saru's head now.
Yeah.
A big gap.
It gives him some wings to be in the lead.
Definitely.
Milan Varda.
Yeah, and it's not, that's the silver medal. Flückiger leading the chase then, in bronze medal position at the moment.
With Tito Akkerot behind him, close on his wheel.
Avancini's still in the game.
Luca Braido from Italy. He's the Italian champion at the moment. Jordan Sarou taking that descent. That's key slope under the bridge.
Fast down there. And there you can see the gap. Varda's still not even at the top of that descent.
40 seconds it has been at the split time.
I think it's going to be bigger. It will be because Varda crashed, so it will be bigger, I'd say.
That's what I think too. And also looks like that this group is coming back to Milan Varda, so for that second place in the race.
Avancini dealing.
Oh, another crash of Varda over there.
Down again. And this one's costing him some time.
He's struggling.
He is struggling. Fatigue, Bart?
Yeah, definitely a sign of that.
Of course you are, though. I mean, you're exhausted the whole time you're riding.
Yeah, maybe it's time for him to relax a little bit, to stay in this group, try to save a little bit of energy, find your rhythm back.
So Varda goes backwards.
It looks like a technical problem as well for him.
Maybe. I saw him kicking his pedals there like he couldn't get his shoes in. Of course, as soon as you put your feet down in this mud, the cleats fill up with
like
mud.
That is no chain. Oh, I'm wrong with that. No, I'm wrong with that.
He looks okay, I think, Bart.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Looks like he's got air in the tyres as well. Didn't see too many punches in the women's.
But two crashes that close after each other, it's not a good sign at all.
He needs to just settle down now, doesn't he?
That's the most important for him right now, to recover of that. Find his rhythm back.
Perhaps we won't see another Dutch world champion today. Only the man next to me has done it for the Netherlands once before, Bart Brenchens.
Yeah, Mathieu van der Poel, maybe he can do that as well.
That's right.
He isn't here.
No, that's right.
He did some road races so far, and he's doing a few more the next few weeks. So this is the chasing group fighting for that silver medal, silver and bronze.
Led by Mathias Flukiger, Tituan Kurod in there. Oh, Avancini going now. Milan Varda going with him.
A minute back for these, to this man. A minute back.
That's a big gap. Still on only lap 3 of 6 though, and Avancini now. Well, Avancini after that little mistake at the start. He had to work hard on that opening lap. Maybe he can recover now he's coming back.
Tito Akkerot.
It's time for these guys to go though, Bart.
It is, yeah.
They need to close that gap now.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to close the gap of 1 minute.
But as riding together, could they perhaps?
And it looks like Milan Varda is hurting at the moment to follow the speed of this group.
I think the pace just went up a little bit. Varda getting dropped. You never know, Bart. He could have knocked himself as well in those when he fell.
Yeah, definitely it hurts always when you hit the ground. You will damage yourself, damage your bike. It always disturbs your rhythm. And there's no time to recover of that. The race goes fast, 1.5 hour race. For this man, no problems at all. Matthias Flukiger is coming to the front again as well. Tito Akkerot, Flukiger, Avancini, Braido, and Milan Varda.
What's it like, Bart, in a race where you find yourself falling back like Milan Varda is? What do you do? How do you deal with that? Because
it's mentally very hard as well. I mean, two crashes very short after each other, losing a lot of places as well, from second place suddenly in a sixth position. Yeah, it's hard to deal with that, but yeah, he has to, and it would be good for him to, if he could hang on with these riders for a while, recover a little bit, save some energy, and then there's still a bit of time to fight for that second or third place.
I don't think he can stay with them at the moment, to be honest.
It looks like he blew up a little bit. That first lap when he was in the lead, with Jordan Sarou behind him. Maybe he went a little bit too fast.
He's been well and truly dropped by this group now, Bart.
But I mean, still in the top 10, 6th place is still a good result so far. But halfway race, still a long way. 40 minutes race so far.
Yeah.
Nino Schurter in 13th position.
Still not raining outside, actually looking a little bit brighter. Oh, wouldn't it be great for this to escape the rain, this race?
Here he comes, the leader.
Flying on the outside line again. Works well for him. Whoa! It can go wrong ever so quickly here.
It cost a little bit of time.
It did. Giro, France in the gold and silver medal positions at the moment. Switzerland in the bronze. Doesn't look like Nino's shirt is going to make it 9.
I don't think so, no.
And he was actually going to be going for 6 World Championship titles in a row today. Another record if he could have done it. But I don't think that today is Nino's day.
It doesn't look like that.
And of course we saw Kate Courtney pull out of the women's. I don't know if she crashed out of the women's.
I think she
yeah,
crashed.
I do as well.
I heard she crashed pretty badly.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
let's hope she's okay. Varda in more
Varda.
bother. He's hurting Bart.
Yeah, he's hurting himself, struggling.
Mud on his side where he's been down.
Tito Ackerot, Matthias Flückiger, Avancini, Braido. And Braido is following smoothly all the time. You don't
Yes.
see him working so much.
That's
Just
right.
following,
Yeah, that's right.
waiting for the right moment.
But they can't wait too long or Saru will be gone.
Yeah, a minute ahead of these 4. Not that easy for them to close that gap.
No, it's definitely not. A fantastic job done by the organisers here. Built this entire course from scratch in around 3 months after the cancellation of the Albstadt World Championship back in June. And of course we take our hats off to the organisers and to the UCI and to everyone who's put all the COVID restrictions in place here, the protocol, so we're all safe and we can have this World Championship. And it really is a privilege. It feels like a privilege to be here.
It is like that. If you hear about the infections in each country, how quickly these are increasing the last few weeks, incredible job they have done here to deal with that.
Very grateful for it. So, Saru, 45 minutes around the halfway mark for him.
Yeah, still a long way for Saru to handle this. Tito Ackerot from France.
Let's have a look at the gap. Not going to have changed much, I don't think, but still around the minute mark.
He will slow down a little bit. Tito Ackerot, there's no reason for him to...
But if they play games a little bit, these...
yeah, they know as well. It's a teammate who's in the lead.
Aye, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The French will help the French out.
Yeah, definitely they will do.
Try and settle the
it's
pace.
now Avancini who has to work, especially on the climbs. I mean, it's still work for Tito Ackerot to lead in the descents, which are very dangerous and slippery. There's no problems to go fast. But on these climbs, it's not his job to work hard. Well, they are teammates as well in the Absolute Epsilon team. It's not only the French team, it is also the commercial team. Where
there might be some team instructions then from either party. Sink in 8th place, 1 minute and 51 seconds back for him.
Yeah, strong ride for Andre Sink, and yeah, he loves to ride climbs like this, long climbs. Koretsky. Maximilian Brandmal is in here and Filippo Colombo. The young generation.
Schurter, 13th place for him, 2 minutes 20 back. Valero, the Spanish rider, just in front of him. Saru already towards the top of climb number 1 on this course. 1 minute 5 to the chase group.
It's almost
Big gap.
equal.
Yeah, it isn't changing much,
Yeah,
but it's a big gap and it's not coming down. Brazilian flag on the side of the track. I'm not sure Henrik Avancini needs any more inspiration. A passionate rider, Avancini, rides on his emotion. and he will be feeling good after his first cross-country Olympic win last week in Novia Mesto. Flukiger in the black vest there on the left. Pace up that climb is phenomenal.
It is, yeah. We're working pretty good together, I would say, these four.
Yeah.
Except Tito Akkerholt, of course, who was doing the work in that descent, in that technical descent. But that's different to doing the work over here on the climb. And it looks like there's a bit of headwind on this section as well.
Saru. Whoa. Making it happen again on the steep sting in the tail of that first climb. But really nowhere to rest, Bart.
There's no rest at all on this course.
None of it rolls very well. It's quite muddy, as you can see there from the lead motorcycle tyre print, how soft it is.
It is, yeah. The ground is very soft, and that makes the rolling resistance very high.
Arduous race, arduous conditions here. But still, thankfully, the rain, as we expected, hasn't really started falling yet. And it's looking all right out the window,
Yeah, outside it's looking okay.
I think we're going to get away with it.
That first technical descent, safely done by Saru.
Oh, I haven't seen him working now at the front of this chasing group. Flukiger right on his wheel.
Yeah, good race for Matthias Flukiger after his stomach problems last week.
Luca Brado there on the number 12 bike in the blue.
Tito Akkerholt, fourth of this group. Almost at that split time. There it is.
Minute goes by. And a little bit of a problem there for Henrique. That gap has opened up a touch.
Yep. So he's gaining time in that climb. Jordan Saru. Ilan Vader. Still on 6th place.
Can he recover? Milan Vada.
Did he find his rhythm back? It looks like that a little bit. He's not that far behind these, actually.
No. Picking their way down through the tree roots and the rocks. Oh! Well, Brado did well to recover that.
That's the place where Milan Vader crashed for the first time in the previous lap. So he would be a bit more secure over there for the next time. Flukiger leading this chasing group. The hairpins which they have to run.
And these riders, notice, already unclipping the fairway down the track. So they can get off and get back on as quickly as they can.
Milan Vader 7th place now.
Maxi Brandl, 10th for him. Schurter in 11th.
So Maxime Rot now in 6th place. And Nino Schroeder, he's 11th.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Long way back on the clock. Vlad Dasculu, 2.5 minutes back. Looking at maybe a little gap there in that chasing group.
This is Maxime Rot. Is he able to come back to these to this chasing group fighting for the silver medal? Looks like that a little bit.
Marot usually gets better as the race goes on. That's how it is.
That's how he's riding all the time.
Oh, Flukiger pushing it hard on these descents. As ever.
Opening the gap again to Avancini. Here he is. Raido and Tito Akkerholt close behind them. Here he is, Matthias Flukiger.
Little gap on this descent, Bart.
Yeah, he's fast in this section. Here he comes.
He's wild. He's absolutely wild on the downhills, this man. Beautifully done.
Yeah, similar to the previous lap, but he opened the gap as well over here. what we already said, like a few seconds, 5, 6 seconds. And then pushing hard here on the tech feed zone.
A real fighter, Matthias Flückiger is there. All of these men, actually, none of them ever give up. Go so deep in these cross-country Olympic races. So Avancini in the bronze medal spot at the moment. But it's gold for France if things stay like they are. And Sarou looks phenomenal on these climbs, Bart.
Yeah, he does. He looks really good.
Varda washing off the rear cassette block on that bike.
Yeah, it's worth to do that. When the mud is sticky and the shifting is not working so well anymore,
yeah,
it's worth to clean it.
And it's because there's nothing more annoying than a jumping chain.
It's dangerous as well for your drivetrain.
But that's
goes
right.
wrong,
it's game over.
It's game over.
And again, they come back together, Bart.
Yeah, it seems to be that Matthias is a bit stronger than all the other riders in the descent. And Avancini looks strong to me in the climbs. Tito Ackerot now struggling with that speed of Avancini. A bit further down, a few seconds. Matthias Flückiger doing the work of that chasing group. Yeah, it's more like the same as it has been before. A minute 10.
Yeah, a little bit more. Not much, actually. It was a minute 9, so yeah, it's going back a little bit the wrong way, but not much.
Yeah, it's a hard race for Jordan Sarou as well. A minute, it's still capable for these riders to close that.
Yeah, that's right. One mistake.
Especially when it comes down, if riders are exhausted, making mistakes pretty quickly. And you see how the mud is stick on the bike as well.
The bikes get heavy, Bart.
Definitely.
And the riders will notice that, right?
Yeah, they do.
Sometimes
they clean it with their hands, so the down tube, but sometimes they're even not thinking about it.
No.
Sink is coming back to Milan Varda.
Oh.
The number 7 and 8 in the race.
2 minutes back from the leaders. And Varda under pressure from Andre Sink now, looking like he was thinking about going round him.
Filippo Colombo, 9th place. I think he's the youngest rider in the top 10 at the moment. Yeah, Sink in front of Milan Varda already. Here comes Nino Schurter with Maximilian Brandl in front of him. Polidani from Italy, 12th place.
Oh, Sarou nicely down there again.
Yeah, foot out, but didn't lose any time.
Coming up to the hour mark now.
With 2 more laps to go.
Might be getting up a little bit more out there. Yeah, it'll be 2 laps after this one. Still a fair way on this one to go.
Matthias Flückiger. He likes to be in front when it comes down to that descent.
Yeah.
On a hardtail bike for him as well.
Yeah. That doesn't slow him down much.
It doesn't slow him down at all.
Hardly at all on the downhills. No, that's right.
It's actually impressive that he's even faster with his hardtail compared to like a full suspension of Avancini. So it's not only the bike, it's also the rider.
Avancini, different line. We saw some amazing riding from Henrik Avancini at that last World Cup. Really snatching the victory away with that clever move on that last climb, on that taking that different
2 different lines.
Yeah. Certainly thinking on his feet, that man there.
So this descent, very steep and slippery on top. And if they cross this bridge Later it's getting more flowy, less slippery, a lot of nice berms, high speed to the finish line. Yeah, where Jordan Sarrou now is crossing it.
2 to go for Jordan Sarrou then. Penultimate lap. Is Sarrou riding towards his first World Championship? It's a phenomenal ride for the young Frenchman. 27 years old.
As long as it stays dry, it looks good.
It'll be his first elite medal, this.
So a small gap for Matthias.
Again. Well, Flukiger's is going to know, Bart, that it's now or never, right? We're getting to that stage with a minute gap, over a minute gap.
It is, yeah.
That's 30 seconds, a lap to pull back. It's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah. But only a small mistake or a technical problem might...
or a downpour.
Yeah.
I think we might escape the rain here, thankfully, this afternoon.
It looks dark again over the mountain.
It does look a bit darker again, yeah, and I notice it looks like the wind's getting up again out there. You'd have to say that it could, well, it will likely to turn this race on its head if we get a heavy downpour.
Of course, it needs to have a bit of time to get wet.
Yeah.
And I think a 24 minutes race time left,
yeah,
more like that.
Yeah, we might be all right.
I think too, yep.
So the gap back to second place, a minute 10. It's creeping up, but not by much. Sarrou leads. Phenomenal ride from him. Maxime Marot there, back in 6th place, a minute and a half back. But Flukiger now looking good on these climbs.
Yeah, small gap to these 3.
Sat down, Avancini, everyone else out of the saddle, trying to go with him.
Yeah, they will fight hard for the silver and bronze medal, these 4.
They certainly will. Big fight on for the silver medal, yeah, like we saw in the women's.
Here's Andre Sink crossing the line, with 2 more laps to go for him. 2 minutes back, 7th place. Also for Tito Agarod, a little bit water over his cassette to clean it.
Colombo.
8th place for Filippo Colombo. Milan Faro, he dropped back to the 9th place after his fast start. Randall is already with him. Nino Schurter close by.
Yeah.
Koladani. Just a few seconds in between these riders from 9 till 12.
There is Nino Schurter, the 8-time world champion, number 1 on the front of his bike, the Olympic champion, last year's overall World Cup winner. '32 World Cup wins to his name. 32 World Cup wins.
Yeah, and it has been a while that we have seen him riding in a normal team jersey instead of the rainbow jersey.
Yeah, that's right. That's very, very true. Yeah, exactly.
For next year, for the next races.
That's right. It could be a different. It's looking like it's going to be a different world champion today.
Not for this man.
No problems at the front for Sarrou. Pushing hard on that climb.
6 kilometers to the finish. 1.5 lap to go.
That's all it is. 6 kilometers away from the gold medal. Looking now in the silver.
In terms of road biking, it's nothing, but in terms of mountain biking, it's hard.
Where's Avancini gone?
Yeah, where's Avancini?
Yeah, just noticed that as well.
Sarrou, yep.
In the hurt locker. It must feel a lot less the pain, no, Bart, when you're winning.
It is, yeah. If you are in a winning position, it doesn't matter at all. A foot out. Also for him, it's difficult to ride this section, this single track, slippery single track descent.
You've got to ride these ruts, the rocks there. Here's the bike just glancing off something.
Yeah, it looks like Matthias, he's in 2nd.
Yeah.
Where is Avancini? Oh, I see in front of him.
There he is. Avancini just coming in a shot in the green.
That's the 5th place.
It's Flukiger then. working hard. Can he get the silver medal today?
It looks like that at the moment. Also for him here, a foot out.
Silver medal at last year's World Championships for Flückiger, remember, in Mont-Saint-Anne.
And now again, silver medal so far. Second position. Avancini. He lost a little bit of time in this climb. Matthias Flückiger, a minute 12.
Yeah, much the same again. They are running the same lap times as Sarrou, but they're not making any inroads on that lead.
No, no.
So Avancini out of the medals at the moment if it stays as it is.
Should I connect to the followers?
Avancini 130 back, 5th place.
Brado. Garod. So Italy in the bronze medal position at the moment.
No problems for these riders on this part.
No, looking good so far. There's Matthias Flückiger. Sarrou's already gone back into the trees, I think.
Yeah,
Such is his lead, yeah.
Yeah, I think too.
Big lead.
A minute 12 ahead of Matthias Flückiger. Early walk already over there before that hairpin for Matthias Flückiger. Back on his bike right now. Avancini here is coming. A bit further down. Maxime Marot. There he is.
Look at that.
6th place. And he's teammate of Avancini of the Cannondale team normally. So Brazil and France.
Sarrou riding towards gold for France. More gold for France this week. An unbelievable campaign here in Leogang at these World Championships by the French team as always. Here's Henrique Avancini. Still looking good, Bart.
Yeah, still looking strong. Maybe he made a small mistake somewhere what we haven't seen, but
Possibly.
could be possible. He's not always that strong at the end of the race, I would say. Of course, he won it last week in a sprint, but sometimes he's struggling with the last lap.
Oh. Matthias. Fast down there.
Yeah, he's winning a lot of time in these descents.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
no
does. He's
question.
opening the gap again, and he already had a small gap. But I don't think he's able to close this gap to Sarrou. Minute 12 it has been at the previous split time. There he comes. Whoa, wild in that forest.
Yeah.
Fast on this descent.
Still a bit of grip out there, thankfully.
No problems for him.
No worries. Different lines. Brado keeping it around the tape on the inside.
Now it's Luca Brado who has to do the work. Tito Garot behind him. Here is Avancini. 5th place. Lost a little bit of time.
Looking at through the tech feed zone. Penultimate lap here, remember. Just joined us on Red Bull TV. It's the World Championships. Cross-country men from Leogang in Austria. Jordan Sarrou leads at the moment for Matthias Flückiger. The gap's over a minute. Bronze medal position is Luca Brado.
Yeah, it's almost the same between the gap between Sarrou and Matthias Flückiger.
Sink from the Czech Republic. Look how far his weight's back.
Back to the leader. Out of the saddle.
Led this one right from the start, Bart.
He did.
Yeah.
Milan Vara was actually leading in a little bit.
That's true, actually.
For the
Yeah,
first
that's
bit
right.
of the first start lap.
And then on lap 2, Vada, we saw him sort of take those crashes.
Suffering, yeah. Nino.
It's funny to see Nino on a hardtail as well.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
It's so unusual we see him on a
Unusual,
hardtail.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, but also for these riders, every second counts in a race like this.
Yeah.
I mean, as well, also for them, it's not an easy ride at all. So Matthias Flügger just in front of these two. With Luca Braido and Tito Akerot. But I don't think Tito Akerot is doing any work.
No, don't you? No. What? There's a reason for that?
Yeah, I mean, with they are teammates, teammates of France as well.
So, yeah. He doesn't want to help close the gap. Minute 11.
It's
Silver.
steady, that gap.
It is, doesn't change much. Silver medal there for Matthias Flügger. There's the fight for bronze. And now Karod goes.
This is an attack of Karot's.
And can Brado go with him? It doesn't look like it, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out a little bit further up this climb. Avancini now.
Watch out for Maxime Marot.
Yes, here comes Marot.
He might be able to go for a bronze medal.
He's a man who always finds something in the later stages of these races.
So between Tito Akerot, Maxime Marot, it's only 11 seconds with one more lap to go. And also still this climb. Jordan Seroux. Also, he is pushing hard. And not an easy ride at all for him as well.
He's done well though, Bart. He's kept his head. He hasn't let the pressure get to him. I mean, he is literally riding towards being the world champion.
He is.
Hard to keep your head, I'd imagine.
Especially on his age. He's a very talented rider.
Yeah.
French champion at the moment. And that means a lot.
That really does, yeah, absolutely it does.
Into the descent. And it seems to be no problems at all for him here over here.
Oh, dabbing on the outside's never good. He's down again. Only one more time, he's got to manage that. Randall the German in 11th. Nino just inside the top 10. I thought we were going to see Nino actually back today after the way he improved in Novia Mesto.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, really.
Yeah. But I mean, World Championships is different. It's just one race. Actually, top 3 only counts. Probably even for him, the first place counts.
That's right.
So
I'll go with
it's
that.
hard for him to motivate himself as well to do well, even for 10th place or something like that. It's completely different.
It's not where he's used to being, that's for sure.
The numbers 2 and 3 in the race.
Wow.
Tito Akerot. He attacked with Luca Braido in his wheel on that split time. And now he's already with Matthias Flügger. So, what a performance for the French riders. And Tito Akerot is also a very technical rider. I think he will follow Matthias Flügger in this descent. He's capable for that.
26 years old, Tito Akerot. Originally from Die in France. Now lives in Levens.
Yeah, they are the numbers 2 and 3 in the race.
That's the fight for the silver medal. Well, you can hear the bells going in the Seroux's going out onto the last lap now. One lap then for this man. One lap away from the rainbow stripes, from the gold medal, from the title world champion. It's been a phenomenal performance so far. Again, Bart, it's getting darker outside. Little bit.
The rain is not far away, that's for sure.
That's right, it's coming.
It's coming, yeah.
I can see it actually on the commentary box window a little bit again.
But
is it too late for it to do too much damage to the track?
It's too
now?
late. I mean, still it needs to have a bit of time to settle in this water if it comes down. But it has to come really hard, and it doesn't look like that.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
It's drizzling a little bit, but it doesn't affect the course that much at the moment.
Flügger versus Karod then for silver. Karod reaches into his back pocket for an energy gel.
Some energy for him. Luca Braido for the bit further down with Avancini. We don't see him.
Haven't seen, he looks like he's dropped back a little bit, Bart, now.
Yeah, 5th place, we know that, but where he is.
Morot will be close to him soon.
There comes Luca Braido, the 4th in the blue. And now is Tito Akarot who's taking the lead. Kind of, together with Matthias Flickiger. Big look back over his shoulder.
Looking at the timing screen there, Avancini losing some time. Yeah, 20 seconds back from Morot now.
Yeah.
So Avancini.
I think he went down or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess.
Looks like that. Sinking 7th. But that is the fight for silver. God, again, cleaning those gears on the back of that bike. Clever thinking.
Yeah, 15 seconds for Maxime Morot if he can close the gap for the bronze medal. One more lap.
Almost.
It's possible, I mean,
yeah,
especially when it comes down to the last lap with Maxime Morot.
Sarou almost at the top of that first long climb. Oh, look at this. Look how steep it is.
It's very steep. There comes Maxime Morot with Luca Braido. The numbers 4 and 5 in the race. A little bit, 15 seconds from these two. Yeah, Tito Akarot looks strong to me.
Yeah, he does, you're right.
Looks like that he still has something left.
Although Matthias looks good as well, Bart. I think.
Yeah. Silver and bronze.
Yeah, but which order? That's to be decided.
Luca Braido with Maxime Morot.
Not that far back, Bart.
No. But it's a steep part over here. Same as it is over here where Jordan Sarou is.
They're really fighting on these climbs.
One of the hardest sections of the whole course. A very wet, still a very wet section, very slippery part and a very steep. And you see over here still water on the course.
Yeah, a lot of rain here earlier in the week and the woods haven't dried out. You can hear how hard Jordan Sarou's working at the front.
Maxime Morot, Luca Braido. They're probably not the riders we expected to win this one.
No.
Jordan Sarou, Tito Akarot, also probably able to make it to the podium.
Sarou, great skills on these descents though. Puts the bike where he wants it. The French screaming for him around here. Sarou looking at his first ever Elite World Championship medal.
1 foot out for him on that off-camber section.
Rob does look good, Bart.
Yeah, he looked back over his shoulder to the numbers 4 and 5 in the race with another French rider coming up, Maxime Morot. Nino Schurter.
Just inside the top 10.
With Colodani behind him.
What do you expect to see from Schurter in 2021, Bart? Expect him back to his winning ways? It's not going to get any easier for him. Let's be honest, I mean, even himself says he's getting older.
Yeah, what we already discussed, the younger generation is getting stronger year by year.
Yeah.
It's not getting easier for him. And next year, a different course again. Val di Sole in Italy.
Yeah.
Probably a course which suits him really well, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, also for the Italian riders like Luca Braido, Colodani,
sure.
2 riders in the top 10 already from Italy. So, and maybe also some younger riders from the under 23 category. With Pitcock, for example, who won that race.
Yes, yeah.
Very strong rider.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's had a phenomenal week, hasn't he?
And I don't know if he's doing Olympics, for example. But
He should be.
yeah, well, a Van der Poel probably same. Mathieu Van der Poel.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
it's not getting easier for
No.
Nino. Not at all.
It'll be interesting to see if he can come back again.
But I mean, it will awake him as well. He will fight hard. He will work hard the whole winter.
He will. That's for sure.
That's what I think. Too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you totally. Oh!
So
Whoa! Lap 6. Jordan. Not a good place to be going over the bars there.
last lap, Jordan.
Last lap.
World Champs title.
Nerves might be getting to him a little bit then.
Yeah, it's not finished before you cross the finish line.
No. Gets really nose heavy off here. That was pretty close, Bart.
Yeah, pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to be concentrated till the end.
It's not over till you cross that line. Of course, these riders make mistakes. They've been at their absolute threshold for nearly an hour and a half.
So Flückiger and Carrot together. Both very highly skilled. Strong descenders.
Has got time to play with. The gap's bigger again now.
Yeah, the way how he almost killed himself.
That was pretty touch and go there for a split second, wasn't it?
That's what I think too, yeah.
Yeah.
Phew. Matthias Flückiger.
Flying on these descents. But really, all of these riders unable to shut that gap down on Saru today.
There comes Maxime Rot already.
Yeah.
He's on 4th place. That's not that far anymore. Only one climb left for him. Is he able to close that gap? It's about 10 seconds. He's coming closer.
Yeah.
There he is. But these will know.
Yeah, I don't
These
think
riders will know.
they're not going to give a medal away today very easily, these two. Could be a sprint finish between those two.
Yeah, especially when it comes down to that last descent.
And we saw that in the women's as well. A surprising sprint finish, actually.
With Eva Lechner against Rebecca McConnell.
Yeah. Lechner really finding some power at the very last seconds of that race.
Yeah, that's an interesting battle between the numbers 2 and 3. Both very strong descenders. Here they come. I think even Carrot is even faster in a descent than Matthias Flückiger is.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big statement, Bart.
Yeah, watch out.
Watch out.
They have to prove.
We will find out.
First, this climb. The last climb for them. And it's a long one with all these hairpins. Flückiger, close, short gap. Yeah, he's riding away a little bit.
He is a little bit. Just a talent gap. Is Matthias Flückiger riding towards the silver medal to match the one he had last year in Mont-Saint-Anne in Canada.
Jordan Saru almost at the top of that climb.
Track looking drier than it has actually all week. And Flückiger attacking now, Bart. He's gone.
Yeah, a few seconds left in between these. 4 seconds only.
He's done it though. He has opened the gap on Titu and Carrot.
Here comes Luca Braido with Maxime Rot. It's Luca Braido again who is in front of him.
Maxime
always fighting hard till the end.
Burying himself. Look how soft Maxime Rot's rear tyre is, Bart. Has he got a puncture? I don't know. Phenomenally low.
Yeah, he has a flat tyre. Yeah.
Oh, Maxime Rot, then a soft rear tyre for him.
Yeah.
I thought it looked it on that climb.
Well spotted, huh? Well, that's a shame for him, actually.
Yes.
It's still a way. Still a long way.
There was some air in it. I would say it's burped, as in just released a little bit of air.
Yeah, could be like that.
And he probably isn't going to stop and get it changed now at this stage of the game.
There's no tech zone for him anymore.
There's not. Okay.
No.
So there's no choice. That's that. That's that question answered.
Probably no inner tube for him with him. I don't think so.
No, not in this day and age, eh, Bart?
Oh, two,
I remember you racing with them blown up in your back pocket.
More like that.
Yeah. Well, Jordan Sarrou, it's been a phenomenal ride. He's not there yet, but he's getting close.
He's getting close. Last descent for him to the finish line.
Last tricky descent. Difficult down here.
Is he able to handle the pressure? There's not that much pressure, I would say, for him, but
no.
Time to play.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't feel like that in his head, though. He must be feeling incredibly nervous, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Or not?
It's a combination of nervous, relief,
Yeah.
happy,
Yeah. A feeling that
but still
only
the
a few ever get to feel.
Still the adrenaline is there.
Amazing performance from him.
He never won a World Cup.
No, that's right. Never won a World Cup. Never won an elite World Championship medal.
Okay.
And under 23 silver actually back in 2014 for him.
So a small gap for Matthias Flückiger with Tito Akerot. Silver and bronze positions.
Now he can relax a bit. Have a good look up the track, Jordan. You are in no rush now. Take your time.
Just a few nice flowy berms. Time to relax. And that's what he does.
Julian Absalom's going to be a happy man tonight.
Yeah. With Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
Yep. His girlfriend taking the win in the women's. Well, France absolutely dominating this World Championship so far in the cross-country department. 100 metres for Jordan Sarrou. Starting to believe it, starting to believe it. He's done it, he's shaking his head in disbelief. Jordan Sarrou has done it, he is going to be a 2020 UCI mountain bike world cross-country champion. A phenomenal performance, gold for France. Yes, Jordan, an amazing ride, Bart.
Yeah, an amazing ride, definitely he did. Incredible. He showed his strength, how he did it actually from start till finish, almost leading the race.
French national champion, he's had an amazing season. Julian Absalom there, the 5-time world champion, team manager. Look what it means to them. Of course it does.
Silver medal here, Matthias Flückiger.
To go with the one he had last year. Well, good to see him recovered, Matthias Flückiger then. Brilliant ride. Top Swissman today, silver then for Matthias Flückiger. Bronze is going to go back to France. Titouan Carod.
And teammate of Jordan Sarrou.
Yeah, exactly. What a day for that team and that nation.
Luca Braido from Italy coming in.
Fourth, a great result. No medal though, Bart, but
he came close.
He did, a brilliant ride for him.
Next year, Italy World Championships.
Might be a bit different there. Luca Braido. Fourth place for him. Oh, Maxime Marot on that flat rear tyre.
Against Andre Singh.
And here we come. Is Marot going to hold on? Oh, it's a... Who got it? Oh, Singh gets it on the line. Marot with that flat rear tyre. You saw him trying to get out of that last corner and the bike went sideways.
Actually, he didn't lose that much. I'm surprised about that.
Amazing.
That was still a long way for him. From still a bit of that climb and that descent. Of course, in the descent, maybe it's a bit more grippy for him in that muddy, slippery descent. But definitely at the end, with all these berms, you will lose a lot of time.
It looked even flatter actually at the end. I think it was probably a slow puncture for him.
Filippo Colombo from Switzerland coming in.
Good ride for that young man. Well, the rain is coming down now, it looks like, outside.
Now it is.
Held off, thankfully, for the race.
Koladani just in front of Nino Schurter.
That's a day that Koladani won't forget. Nino, no 9th world title today. You can't win them all.
There's Avancini.
Henry Cavancini, yes, strong earlier on.
But he lost a lot at the end. I don't know what went wrong with him. Maybe he's not dirty at all. Maybe a small crash somewhere, mistake, technical problems. Vladaskulu coming in, the world champion under 23 from last year, finished 11th. Maximilian Brammel from Germany. A strong performance of him as well, I would say. First year lead, 12th place for him. Valero with Koretsky.
Big tall rider from Spain, just ahead of Victor. Koretsky ended up down in 14th place. Bachi, 15th for him. Dan McConnell, a bronze medal for the wife in the previous women's race.
Here comes Kersbaumer.
Little shake of the head as he comes across the line. Over nearly 4 minutes back, actually.
Daniele Braido, the brother of Luca. Sergio Montecon from Spain. There's Lars Forster coming in from Switzerland, 20th.
I think the Scott team are going to regroup over this winter, but
yeah, some work to do again. There comes Milan Vader in the orange kits.
having a
Sebastian Finney, a sprint.
Sprint into the line. It's going to go to Finney, I think.
Finney got it.
Yeah, he did.
22. Wow.
So Varda looking so good in the early stages. Couldn't work it. Didn't quite work out for him, did it?
He lost a lot in the last few laps. Yeah, big gaps. I would say 4.5 minutes for Sebastian Finney and Milan Vader. And now the course will get wet very quickly.
I think so, don't you?
The rain comes down.
Yeah.
More hard now. Julian Schellep, 24th. Bouchard from Canada.
Saw him go, putting a strong ride at the front of the short track in Novia Mesto.
A very strong ride. Rion from France.
Well, I can tell you it's pouring with rain.
It's wet outside.
The gods were on our side today.
It's very wet outside.
That's right. Some heavy rainfall coming down now.
A waterfall, almost. Matthias Stiernemann coming in.
Inside the top 30.
The first USA rider, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right as well.
Keegan Svensson.
But great to see the Americans get here, Bart. Hasn't been easy for them.
Oh, no, not at all. No.
That's for sure. It's been a while, isn't it, really, since we've seen a top American male, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Well, considering, you know, in the beginnings of mountain biking,
yeah, but
they dominated, didn't they? I mean, right at the beginning, Ned over, and I'm going back a ways now.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a while since we've seen one. We saw Kate Courtney bring it back for the win.
Simon Andreas coming in.
Andreasen, long way back today.
Yeah, long way back, yeah. Yeah, you don't know exactly what has been going on with him in the race. Maybe some technical problems. But nothing went wrong for him, for Jordan Serroux from France. He was leading, I would say, from start till finish, more like that. Of course, Milan Vader was with him in the beginning, but it all belongs to him. Jordan Serroux, a strong performance. More than a minute when it came down to the end. He almost made that mistake in that fast, slippery descent, but he made it perfectly. No problems for him at all. Safely to the finish.
Well, Jordan Serroux hardly put a wheel wrong today. He is your gold medalist. Let's hear from him now.
Jordan, hugely confident ride. You attacked from the start. Was that the plan today?
The plan was to start fast and be really smooth with the mechanics. And yeah, I did my pace and I was really focused on my ride. And I can't believe it. I'm world champion. I'm in a dream. So I can't believe it. I have no words.
No words, but we could see how emotional you were. Your first ever Elite World Champs medal, and it's the rainbow stripes. What does this mean to you?
I don't know how to. I have no words for the moment. I can't believe it. I just want to thank all my crew on all the federation, my team, all my support. It's huge. I can't believe it.
Okay, and the next answer in French, if that's okay.
Sorry?
I'll ask the next question in English, the answer in French, okay? Jordan, huge congratulations, an emotional win for you. Talk me through the race and what it means to be world champion.
J'y crois pas franchement, mais c'est pas possible. C'était une course de dingue, c'est des conditions que j'adore, mais j'y crois pas, je suis dans un rêve là, c'est incroyable. Je veux remercier vraiment tout le monde, toute ma famille, mon team, mon coach, la fédération. C'est vraiment énorme ce que j'ai fait aujourd'hui. Je suis vraiment fier.
Parfait. Congratulations.
Well, Jordan, Saru, an emotional Jordan Saru, but
Yeah, but yeah, that's
I'm
normal.
world champion. I can hardly believe
yeah,
it.
it is.
I
We
mean,
knew
it's
that he's a very talented rider. We have been spoken about him many times in World Cups as well, but today he did it.
Yep. And what a gap. He did it by 45 seconds. Huge winning margin. Dominant performance.
Tito Akkerot, his teammate, came in third, bronze medal. Maxime Rod, another French rider, on sixth. Nino Shortov finished ninth.
Perhaps the most miraculous thing about this afternoon is the fact that it started raining almost as Jordan crossed the finish line.
Yeah, that's
That could have changed that race massively, and now it is pouring with rain out there. Vladaskylu in 11th place. Koretsky, strong at the start of the race, ended up down in 14th. Daniel McConnell made his trip from Australia worth it with the top 20 finish. Milan Varda, we saw him crash, the Dutchman. Strong at the start as well, ended up 4.5 minutes back. Simon Andreasen, 32nd for the man who took the win in Novia Mesto at XCO 1. Well, Bart, we better get to the studio and have a look back at this race, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, stay with us, everyone. Myself and Bart will see you shortly.